The Lunch with Doug podcast is produced by the Music Exurbia Project, and this episode is made possible by these area sponsors. The Bell's Marketplace and Second Edition Shop at 500 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. The Bistro at 1249 South Garrison Avenue in Carthage, Missouri. The Harry Frog Graphics, 150 North Commercial Street, Nevada, Missouri, or call them at 417-381-1077. The Main Square Cafe, 121 North Main Street, Nevada, Missouri. The Gamers Fusion, 617 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. The Verco Apparel, 112 North Cedar Street, Nevada, Missouri. The Impact Graphics, 417-283-2056, or find them on Facebook, Impact Graphics Mo. The Nevada Tobacco and Liquor Store, 125 West Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri, now open on Sundays. The Nana Marie's at 121.5 North Main Street, Nevada, Missouri. The Nevada Coin, 123 East Cherry Street, Nevada, Missouri. I'm your host, Dangerous Doug Harper. Thank you for spending your lunchtime with me. Welcome back to another great episode of Lunch with Doug. And as promised, Elisha McKinley is here today.
Yes.
She's a new business owner. She is dominating the square with amazing loaded teas. Now, a lot of people, I know what you're thinking. I know my audience well. They're thinking something. What exactly is a loaded tea?
A loaded tea is a mixture of an energy powder per se, and then I mix it with like green tea powder depending on the flavor. And then also like another water flavor powder. It could be, it could be cherry, it could be grape, it could be whatever flavor you want. And then that is mixed in the bottom with warm water. And then you put that in a cup with ice. And then on top of the ice, I use organic aloe vera juice, which is really good for your gut and for gut health. And you can't really taste it, so some people may be like, oh my gosh, what is that? So I use that, and then on the next layer is just another flavor, like water flavor. So you could have like a combination of different flavors. But that, that's really what a loaded tea is, really. And to me, it's healthier because it's with water, and it also is, I use healthy ingredients. I use organic ingredients as much as possible, and then I also use ingredients that are, with no aspartame in it, and then also with, just stevia, like sweetened with stevia or something similar to that. So, I know that's important health-wise. So that's basically what a loaded tea is, and you can choose different flavors that you want, depending on what kind of mood you're in, I guess.
I like it. Because someone asked me, immediately they were like, are you going to mix, what is it loaded with? You think about mixing it with, I don't know, a mixed drink. But
yes.
Not a mixed drring, not a bar.
Now, if you want to add that later on your own,
that's up to you once you get home. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so what one am I drinking right now? I have one in my hand you've made me.
Yes.
And what is this? Tell me about the one I'm having.
This
right
one
now.
in the bottom I mixed is Perks Energy Powder. It's Berry Blast, and so it's more like berry flavor. And then I've also mixed in Raspberry Green Tea Powder. I mixed in that, and then it's a Strawberry Peach water flavor. So I mixed all that together with with either room temperature or warm water, so that mixes better. And then, like I said, you put it in a cup. You have your ice in there, and then you pour that on the top, and then I put a little bit of aloe vera juice on there, and then the next flavor on top, it's actually pineapple tangerine, which is just mixed with your water, and then that's really it. But it it is a good combination, I think, those flavors together. I don't know what you think, but
I love it. It's great. Now, immediately, it took me about less than 5 minutes for me to really start feeling the energy.
yes.
And I mean, is that something that's common, or is that just do I take to these drinks?
I
better?
think it. I think it works very well, and it has healthy benefits to it. It has vitamins, minerals. It has collagen in it, and like even for color, I know a lot of products they use synthetic colors or artificial things like that, but they actually use like beet powder, I believe, on that one since it's Berry Blast. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good energy powder. You know, it's a good alternative to some other ones that are out there on the market.
Oh, yeah. I like it. I immediately kind of feel focused. Really do.
Yeah, it's supposed to definitely help with focus and mental clarity and all of that.
It's kind of a fog is what I describe it as.
Yeah.
I frequently wake up, go through the day, and I'm just kind of fogged. And I'm like, this really does. It really kind of puts me in point. I'm like, I'm really with this interview.
Yeah,
I would
definitely.
be excited to have you anyway, but I'm extra excited today. So, okay, so you have came to the Square, Nevada, Missouri. For those not listening in Nevada, Nevada is a wonderful town, about 8,600 people. We're about, what are we, 60 miles north of Joplin, 100 miles south of Kansas City, right there on the edge of Kansas. So if you're listening to somewhere, come see us, come downtown. We have a very historic square, and you've moved into kind of a really famous location because it was formerly known as Andy's Barbershop, and Andy's kind of an iconic barber in the area.
He was there for many, many years, and I love the nostalgia of it. I actually remember going there when I was a kid because my dad used to go there and get his hair cut, just like many other people in this town. And, you know, so I love that part of it, and I love the decor in there. I still kept all of the cabinets and the mirrors and the sinks.
The sinks are amazing. You've made them into flower pots.
I made one with succulents, and then the other one is more like a Zen garden, and it has just different, items in there. But I did keep those things intact. And the mirrors I used to list the flavors, any information about, the teas, which my niece actually hand drew those, which is really cool because she's good at calligraphy. But yeah, I mean, it's
very cool.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when people are like, "Where are you located?" And as long as I say Andy's Barbershop, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know where that's at."
Yeah,
and
Andy was there for I don't know how many years, long time.
Oh gosh, yeah. I don't even.
The structure of the barbershop, I assume that just the era of the sinks, they were probably there before Andy even. I don't know.
They could be because they are. I think they are antique like that. And even when I wanted to look for like a replacement faucet or something like that, like I don't even think they make them anymore.
Oh yeah. No,
so, and I actually researched it because I do a lot of research, and it's called a bridge faucet. And so when I did research, I didn't have much luck finding them, even though I did find them, but they could be very expensive.
Yeah,
so
those are the kind of thing they don't break. They made them
I know,
invincible.
and believe me, these do not break. From what I've seen, they're pretty heavy duty there.
What I'm going to compare it to is, and this is going to date the building maybe, is that a lot of the buildings on the square were built around the turn of the century. Okay, some of them were built pre that, like the late 1800s, of course. I think the first big building was over there, which is called Rockwood Hotel, which is where there's a health store over there now, and there's an insurance and tax lady all in there. That was Rockwood Hotel. Rockwood was Dr. Rockwood. He was a doctor, and that was one of the first formal buildings built, and it was built, I want to say like 1881 or something like that. So I'm guessing that the barbershop wasn't long after that because, when I went to Franklin School building as a kid, Franklin was a late 1800 building, and its sink in the bathroom, they looked the same.
Oh, wow.
So I'm guessing that those sinks are circa 1890s, 1900,
I could see that because they are very, I don't know, like the structure of them, they're solid. I mean, and just even like the task of removing them, I was like, I don't want to do that. And plus, it's like nostalgic. I think it's great, and I get a lot of compliments about customers coming in, and they love it, and they love what I did with it, which I just did research. I'm like, okay, what can I do to just to kind of revitalize that part of it? So
I like it, and I also like but of course I'm an enthusiast of Nevada, but I also like that you have had some fixtures. Such as your chairs came from the Davis and Verco store.
Oh, yeah.
When they retired, some of that stuff is iconic in town that's been in the downtown square in his building, for years. People have been sitting in those chairs, getting their, buying shoes.
Yes. And
now they're sitting there drinking energy drinks.
Yeah, and they're very comfortable, and I love the style of those, and I think it just matches with the decor in the building. And
Yeah.
So I like them a lot.
It's a cool place. So let's tell me now. You're going to be making some sandwiches and stuff too, but it's kind of it's a special deal. I don't know. Tell me about how this whole thing's going to happen.
I want to be available to offer different types of foods, like say, sandwiches, soups, salads, food items like that, and just something that's homemade, that's just unique. Especially on the square, because there really isn't like a whole lot of restaurants, or even anything we can go grab something to eat. So
definitely not from 4 to 7 p.m. And that's your regular hours now. It's going to be 4 to 7?
Currently that's my regular hours, because I do work full time during the day.
Sure.
So I would love to be open full time. That's my goal.
Well, buy more drinks than you will, right?
Right.
How many drinks do we got to sell to get you down there all the time?
I know, right? I got to do that calculation.
That's cool, though, that an evening occasion, as the square is moving to more of some of the new things that are happening down there are now going to be open in the evenings, and some of them open on Saturday, Sunday, even with the new convenience store. And you're
I'm open
Sunday too?
Yes, I'm open on Saturday 10 to 2, and then I'm open on Sunday from 1 to 5. So I'm open 7 days a week, but in the evenings during the week. But yeah, I'm definitely open on Sunday.
Oh, man, this is fantastic. I'm excited. All right, what else do you want to tell us about? Why did you get into this business? Tell me about that.
I just wanted, I guess, the healthier options. I think all of us, we all live these busy lives now. And I just wanted something that, my experience, that I would actually make these at home. And like I said, I would do a lot of research, and I'm very picky about my ingredients, and I want to find the best quality ingredients, especially if it's, something that's for our bodies. So, and with all of us being busy, and like you said, Doug, trying to stay focused and all of that, that's why I think that the Perks Energy powder is great for that. And then I also, have all these flavors that I, want to try, and I just wanted to share that with everybody else. And so I wanted to offer that, I think I love the square. I think it's a very historic and unique place. And I thought that would be a great place to start. And, I'm a mom. I know other moms out there and other parents, and with, kids and everything. It's just, everyone's just so busy. And I wanted to be able to, to offer like, hey, here's a beverage that might help you get through your day, or get through your kids' basketball practice, or play, or yard work, whatever it is, I think that's important, especially with all the other products out there that some of these names I can't even pronounce. Like there was one specific energy drink that I saw where one of the ingredients was colors. Not joking. It just says colors. I'm like, what the heck does that mean? Like that's why I like my products, because they don't have all that junk in it. Like
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I really want to just share this with my community. So that's why I started this.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's definitely good. I can attest. I've been a traveling musician in my past, so I have literally tried pretty much every energy drink on the market. To you're driving late at night. What's gonna you're tired, you're exhausted.
Yeah.
What's gonna be good? And I've only found about one over-the-counter type at a convenience store, one that just really felt natural, and I didn't feel like the next day I didn't feel like crap, even worse. And a lot of the drinks that they do, you drink them, they're great, you feel great, but then 6 hours later or the next day you're like, oh man, I feel terrible, I drank that energy. Now these drinks, you don't feel like you're getting, like, there's not a rush, you're not wigged out or anything, and you have a natural you feel normal the next day. You feel fine. You don't feel like, oh,
like you don't get some like jitters or a crash, as they call it. And it's made with filtered water that I use, so you stay hydrated. Some of these other energy drinks, it's like, okay, how much water is actually in them?
They're not
is it all
water-based. Mostly
sugar and carbonation, or actually it would be sugar-free, most of them, but there are some that aren't
sugar-free. Well, and it's that bad sugar-free. It's that fake sugar that's not good for you.
Yeah.
Most of them. I've found very few of the drink mixes, just drink mixes in general, not necessarily energy ones. But there's very few of them that have a decent something that's not going to be like poison.
Oh, yeah. Because I sat there and I'm like, okay, I see this word. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to figure out what this is. So I agree, because I want to be able to pronounce it. I want to be able to look it up and be like, okay, what are the health benefits? Is it harmful? Is it, especially with people who have specific diets. I've talked to many customers that say, well, this artificial sweetener I can't have because it makes me sick, or I have allergic reaction or something like that. So I'm happy to have these ingredients that I have that, they can actually enjoy having an energy tea without worrying that, something's going to happen, health-wise. So I think that's important for sure.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. So, and I probably should mention this on the show at some point that, for podcast purposes, that we are obviously not physicians and we're not medical people.
No.
This is just our own take on this and what we feel and have our own research. So further your own research, and obviously if you're trying new things, if you're on certain medical things, you should always consult your physician before you start doing something else. But from my homework, I see that like the aspartame was something that they like tested on mice and apparently give them like brain tumors, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, it's not a good ingredient.
Sure that it would be a large dose for a mouse compared to a person, but if you're doing it regularly, you're regularly doing something that's just not good.
A lot of other pop or soda, however you call it. A lot of those, like the diet ones, they have aspartame in them, So I don't,
honestly, I hate the aftertaste and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it tastes good anyway. I'm like, ew, so it just, there's always this afterbite on the drinks that have that. So I'm like, the ones that I've tasted. So I personally just don't even like the taste of it or the aftertaste. So it just ruins it for me.
I can understand that too. And that's what I like with these drinks that I make is that, it also gives you hydration and you can get it without energy. I can make you one without energy. So if your child wants a different flavor, and we also have edible glitter for our drinks, which is really fun.
That's fun.
So I think it's another way to get kids to, to stay hydrated.
I'm a little sad you didn't give me the edible glitter now. What?
I should have,
You're holding out on me.
Well, I asked a customer earlier if they wanted glitter, and she said, no, I'll pass. I was like, oh man, I really love trying the glitters because they're really fun, and the kids love it, but I think it's just another way to just get kids to stay more hydrated and kind of stay away from pop, because I know my kids and my nieces and nephews, they love the drinks, and then they come up with their own combinations and we test them out. We're like, okay, this one's good, this one needs, I don't know.
One of the things I like to have a lot of sweet. Not everybody's like that, but I have to have lots of sweet.
Yeah.
And this, like I said, this has a good sweet taste for not being, for being healthy, and doesn't have a big bad aftertaste at all.
Because I know some of the flavors can be sweet depending on which flavor you get, or a tartness. Some people like more tart, more sour, more sweet. It really just depends on what flavors you like, or maybe just what mood you're in, like I said. So that's what's fun about it. You can choose all different flavors.
And so you probably have more than I don't know, 1,000 flavors. How many flavors can you make?
I don't know if I have 1,000 flavors, but I think I have quite a few, and I'm still researching and trying to find new flavors because I think that's just fun and more variety for everybody. I think it's just fun to try new things, especially flavors for drinks.
I think so too. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap it up today, but we want to tell you where you can go to Main Square Cafe. Tell them.
I'm at 121 North Main Street, and I'm right next to Nana Marie's. And like we talked about earlier, it's Andy's old barber shop. So we're on the west side of the square. So that's where we're located at. And Monday through Friday, I'm open 4 to 7. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then Sundays, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Fantastic. Go see them. Drink up, folks. Well, you got a cool slogan, too. What's your slogan?
Refresh your day the Main Square way.
Yeah. That's today's episode. Thanks for spending your lunchtime with me. And we'll see you again soon on Lunch with Doug. The Lunch with Doug podcast is produced by the Music Exurbia Project, and this episode is made possible by these area sponsors. The Bell's Marketplace and Second Edition Shop at 500 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. The Bistro at 1249 South Garrison Avenue in Carthage, Missouri. The Harry Frog Graphics, 150 North Commercial Street, Nevada, Missouri, or call them at 417-381-1077. The Main Square Cafe, 121 North Main Street, Nevada, Missouri. The Gamers Fusion, 617 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. The Verco Apparel, 112 North Cedar Street, Nevada, Missouri. The Impact Graphics, 417-283-2056, or find them on Facebook, Impact Graphics Mo. The Nevada Tobacco and Liquor Store at 125 West Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri, now open on Sundays. The Nana Marie's at 121.5 North Main Street, Nevada, Missouri. The Nevada Coin, 123 East Cherry Street, Nevada, Missouri,